Hey guys, welcome to part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, head on back.
Like and subscribe.
Sally and Austen and Rod are sitting at that great. I love bars that you can swim up to. That's like a real dream of mine.
What's better?
Nothing.
You got everything.
And she orders her Miami Vice.
Yeah.
What is a Miami Vice?
It's a pina colada and a strawberry daiquiri in one drink. So they put like the pina colada there and then the strawberry daiquiri, or vice versa.
I'll have it.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
You know, I just want the pina colada. I'm strictly colada girl. But anyway, the only thing I gave a shit during this scene to bring up is when she goes, listen, I don't want to put words in Sally's mouth, but she says she was disgusted. And I'm like, okay, well, that's
You mean Charlie's mouth?
Charlie's mouth, yeah. And I'm just like, for not wanting to put words in her mouth, you just took a very strong stance on her behalf. It's like, she just doesn't even, she's one of those people, and this drives me crazy, when someone doesn't listen
Yeah.
when they speak. And Sally's just that person. She's someone who says, hi, how are you? I'm looking for screwdrivers. What aisle are they down? And it's like, no, then don't say, how are you?
Right.
It's a question.
Yeah.
that the only way that sentence ends is with a question mark, which means it's a question. So you should be waiting for an answer, but she's not. She's just my needs, my needs, my needs.
Yeah. She totally is like that. And I want to say that she wasn't focused on Craig nearly as much as she is, but she did make that like front and center. Like, I just want to tell you that Charlie's now totally disgusted, because that's a win for her. That's all that Vanita's been dying to hear from Sally the whole time. And now she's getting to hear that from Charlie. Because I do feel like, I don't know if Charlie said that word. It sounds like she didn't, because she wouldn't have prefaced it with, I don't want to put words in her mouth. But like, she probably said something along those lines, like, I got the real ick after that, because like anybody would, I'm a huge Craig fan, and I would have been like, I'll talk to you next week, maybe. My phone, I think I'm not going to pay my bill this week, so it's probably not going to work all week.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
I just really would want it to like, it just enjoy the rest of my vacation. And I would be wishing like, God, I just wish he wasn't here right now, because we're supposed to do this. And I just want to do those things and get my massage and go on my whatever board. I don't know, whatever.
And he didn't get the ick, only I did. So he's still in
he
the
has no
relationship
idea.
trying to be like, I hope why do we have to hide this?
Yeah.
And I really like you, and let's go on a canoe.
Yeah. But this is one more week. Here we've made it at one more example to let you know that Sally still has no idea that she's literally in the same exact position that Vanita was in. How this entire season has gone by, and it has gone straight over her head that everything she's doing is exactly what Vanita did. It's a sight to be seen.
After this, Craig joins Whitney for lunch. And again, the rest of this episode was just all so pat. It's like, of course, Whitney's sitting there under the shade, so his milky white breasts don't get sun damage. And he's just trying to get Craig to admit wrongdoing, maybe say, agree that he should apologize to Sally. Craig's not having it, to Mike's note earlier, like, oh, you screw up once in 2 years, like, so sue me.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit. And honestly, the only thing that he's really saying in this scene, which is so off, is he said to Whitney, if Sally wasn't involved in this, I think that Charlie and I would be further along.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's true. If last night didn't happen, if Charlie woke up with amnesia, if she got a lobotomy after the womb room or whatever the fuck it's called, like, now she's got the ick, Nick, and she wants nothing to do with you. So it's just like, you're hungover and not assessing the situation correctly.
And that's how you know that everything came from that entire situation. That was a build, because all he's been thinking is like,
that's right.
Just want to progress with this person naturally, but I've just got this person in her ear all the time. I imagine as a man that would be for anyone, I don't know. I don't even know why I said a man. I imagine for anybody that would be really obnoxious.
I think, like she's saying, like, the reason Craig blew up the night before is because they would be further along. Like, that statement was 100% true. And it's like, it's a kind of statement that's like, I feel like when I breathe, that feels much better than when I don't breathe for a long time. So it's like, it was that kind of statement. But also this scene to me was, I think this was a Whitney. I think the EPs called Whitney, the other showrunner, and they're like, oh, it's time to put your executive producer hat on. You need to get Craig out of his room and take him and have this conversation with him. And Whitney's had to do this a couple times where he had to do the thing with Thomas, where he had to tell him that he slept with Catherine. And just a couple of these moments where he had to either deliver a storyline or be the boss.
Yeah.
He is so bad at being the boss.
It's so good.
It's so awkward and so just like, whoa, dude, you're so bad at this. Just,
Get your mom in here. She'd nail
dude,
this
your
scene.
mom
Miss
would
Pat
kill
slay.
this kid. Like she would be so on. Actually, she wouldn't. She would love it. But yeah, he's so like this was him having to have a sit down talk with Craig, and it showed two things. One, Whitney's not good at being the boss.
He's a vanity producer that everyone that's every show's got one that you're like, I can't believe they have the same title as this person.
Yeah. Which I've been saying forever, and everyone yells at me for it.
I didn't. I agreed with you.
You yelled at me the most.
I did.
I'm kidding.
No, we didn't know, and we still don't, of like what exact, like how much power does he have? How much can he say this guy has got to go, and it will actually mean something or not? You know, that was the argument.
He's got other shows. They're developing other stuff. He's got like all those couple spin-offs that are going. He's part of another show that I just realized that he was part of. I'm sure him and Shep's travel show is going to be him. It made me think actually it's probably why Craig started a production company. He's like, if Whitney can do it, I can do it. But yeah, that scene was so funny because Whitney's not good at being the boss. And it further cemented my belief that they have lost control of at least the Craig Shep types, because Craig was like, I'll be there when I get there. Yeah. It was 3:30 in the afternoon. Whitney could do nothing about that. Everyone knew that the crisis PR call for Sewing Down South was way more important than the show that built Sewing Down South. So the role has completely reversed. And Craig didn't give a shit about anything that his boss, technically, maybe ish, had to say in the moment. Like to sit there and to reply to maybe you should apologize. To who? To who? To who? That's it. Like, I don't even care. But like, that's what you're going to say to who? It
was brilliant. Dude. It was brilliant to watch both of these two know that there's not a thing anyone can do to either of them.
Dude, it was weird.
Like you can't kick him off. He created the show. You can't kick Craig off. He's running the show. Yeah. And like Whitney cared as much about giving that information as Craig cared about receiving it. They were both just like,
not at all.
What's on the sheet? Like neither of them probably knew what they like. Oh, they were just given like.
Yeah,
here's
they both had a whiteboard over the back of their head. And they were like,
yeah.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not Carol. I'm not saying that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we get more burrata?
I thought I really for reasons not how anyone meant. I enjoyed that scene so much because I just saw two of the most white privileged dudes on this network just showing up and having some appies.
Yeah. Totally. No, not appies. So this is like anyone who says anywho, you got a place in my heart.
I say anywho.
Yeah. So
why?
Why not?
He's so cute.
Yeah, it's so cute. And Snacky Poos. Oh. And Whitney was so nervous that he actually said to Craig Conover, I ordered some Snacky Poos.
You think? See, I don't think he was nervous at all. I think he was like, Craig, so we got to do this thing. I'm going to tell you. Oh, pride is the last step before, like whatever I'm going to throw out some stuff like Shep does. Shep gave me a couple lines to say.
That's right.
I don't think so. I think he was told that he has to have this conversation.
And you think he took that seriously? Like he was like, oh God, I'm nervous. I have to tell my friend Craig, who I've known for a million years and I cast on this show.
Yeah, because just of the things you just said. Whitney knows that he's got to be careful. He can't, if he says one thing, Craig will bounce. Craig will go do another show. He'll move to New York and go be on Summer House. Like he'll start his own Craig Conover's sewing journey, sewing track. Like Whitney's, the roles have reversed. Can't not, like Craig is the boss now. Craig, you can't piss Craig off because if Craig
Tony
leaves,
Danza was the boss.
if Craig leaves, you're effed.
But that would insinuate that Whitney ever planned, like that Whitney heard these people tell him, you got to go do this. And he chopped to it and thought that he really had to do something. Whitney is Craig. Like they are both like, we'll do a little scene. We'll say a couple lines, order some snacky poos and be on with my day. Like I personally, and you know what? Maybe it's because I don't want to. Maybe it's just that I enjoyed the scene so much more looking at it as these are the most privileged dudes on the show that like nothing can they are untouchable, the both of them, and that they just sort of both did the scene full knowing that, and I enjoyed witnessing that and just sort of being like, just like I thought, like, but doesn't mean I'm right. But that's why I like everyone I like and like every scene the way that I like. I like them the way that I like them.
I just need some Cheerios, so hold on. Okay. I like my snacks the way I like them.
Yeah.
Did you eat all my little Debbie's?
No.
You want me to get something?
Yeah.
What do you want?
In that second drawer right by your kneecap.
There's only one jobby.
That is a Stan Abel original. He had him at his
fair.
house my entire existence. You know how sometimes people do snacks and they get over them? No, not this guy.
That's why I love them.
Every time. And whether it was my stepmoms, all my stepmoms, or my sister who moved back in with him for whatever, they would move in there and be like, I've already gained 20 pounds since staying here because your father keeps buying the little Debbie's.
I'm keeping on the family tradition.
One day I'm going to try.
Wait, not today?
Oh my God, they're so good.
No, because Aunt Natalie will buy more.
Oh yeah, no. Ever since I saw how much Mike enjoys them, I'm like, just keep. It's like how you just keep things somewhere, like to make the toddler happy. Like, here, what about this?
Yeah.
And you worked so hard to save that for me, and I was never going to eat it. I was never going to take the last little Debbie from you.
Listen, my mom,
You should put that in your vows.
I would eat most of the stuff of something, cereal, whatever, or not even open a cereal, and then just be like, oh, I should leave half of this. Like I should leave, like my mom hasn't had any, whatever.
That's nice of you.
And it'd be like 3 or 4 days, 5 days a week, whatever. And I'd be like, I'm polishing the rest of this off. Day 6, she'd be like, oh, can't believe you eat everything. I'd be like, no, I waited for like days and days and you didn't touch it. And I still do that now. So now I'm like, it's been like 3 days. I haven't had my daily Debbie in 3 days.
My daily Debbie.
Because this is the last one, but you don't get 4 days.
I wonder if they do sponsorships.
Dude, we don't need that.
Yeah, we do, the Daily Debbie. Okay.
No.
I just went through the comments to get just like the general consensus on things from people, but then I kind of hesitated to include it because it's like, well, these are from last week and there was a bigger fight. So I'm summarizing where people were, but know that I'm doing it with like, it does not include the Sally takedown. The Sally, you're a big loser takedown. So there are people that just think Sally's acting unhinged and desperate, and that's Grace Carr and Nettie, Zan, Miss Kitty Mom, Tanza Pettiford, and Harris, and Hope SC. Like a big chunk of these comments, like they just think that Sally's like super chaos engine this season. They call her desperate, controlling, jealous, and even a single white female energy.
I did see that. Was that Nettie who said no?
I didn't. I just like summarized it. So I think it probably. Nettie did say one, and it was one thing that actually I did my what are the top 5 funniest comments to the robots again, and Nettie did get one in there. So did Truth. What do you know? And then the people that think that Vanita is just still calculating the drama. Carol T, CCC, LM, Tanya Bluebell, Kelly U, and Pojo. Basically, they all just think Vanita isn't messy. She's strategically messy. And that's our big issue
That's our qualm
with her. Yeah. And then there's the old reliables that I'm a part of that just Craig was messy, but people were asking for it. And that was Carrie Peacock, Divinely Guided, Bojo's Football, Fish and Gal, and even Miss Chevy. And Miss Chevy is never in on Craig. And even she was like, I feel like I got to call a spade.
When she was like, I can't believe I'm defending
Yeah.
Craig, I was like, whoa, what is happening
Yeah.
here?
Welcome to the
Yeah.
That girl.
And she's probably like, I take it all back. Everything changed. So that's why I was hesitant. Just know that it's with the caveat that they hadn't yet seen this latest fight. But they were all saying that Craig had definitely spiraled, but they just feel like the group kept poking at him all night and then act shocked when he finally snapped.
Well, listen, and I can't believe I'm defending Craig, but since Miss Chevy did,
I know Miss Chevy did. You can go week 2.
I'm just learning so much from you guys.
know.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm canceling my
Which
therapy.
is so funny because I'm this close to making a fake account and just telling, and it just taken 3 weeks of episodes to go, I'm with Mike. I agree with Mike. I stand with Mike. Justice for Mike. And then I'll be like, so week 4, because you'll trust me because I've pumped you up. Well, I've psyoped you.
It doesn't work like that.
That's hilarious.
Kind of does.
The whole thing about like Craig going off and everyone being so shocked is as wacky to me as somebody telling Austen something or anybody in this show and them being like, I can't believe you told everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was 7 cameras around when you told me. So like, I thought that was fine. But it's equally like people just like, it's like punching someone in the face and then they're crying. And you're like, why are you crying?
Why are you crying?
Well, you just punched me in the face.
Some people think that Charlie needs to stand up to Sally.
I think so.
No, so did I. And I actually, I made that was
my favorite part of the comments. I saw that you made a comment.
Which I didn't realize I was making a comment in the main section. I thought I was replying to Sugar Shay.
Oh, I thought you were just like, hey guys, because I was on the couch with the migraine. Like I'm in the comment section. I was like, she is adorable.
I tried to reply to Sugar Shay. And then I was like, that's not taking my comment. And then randomly today saw, there it is. Oh no, not today. I saw it a bit ago, but like it was way after I thought it was in Sugar Shay's replies, but it never made it to you, Sugar. I hope you saw it in the main feed, but that was to you, boo. But again, with the caveat, she had been standing up to Sally for him and like not for him, but like, you know, she really was doing so great and put herself on the line for him. And that's why I was so disappointed in him, because all of us, me, Kristen Hall, Johanna Yardley, Braddy B, like we just feel like Charlie needed to stop like walking on eggshells around Sally and just like say what she wants. And she did. And then that's why I'm so mad at Craig, because I just feel like you threw all that away. You threw that back in her face and it just sucks.
Well, Craig sucks. I've been trying to tell you.
One last summary is just the Austen Rod situation, which if anyone has watched this whole time and me talk about Austen and Rod the way I have, imagine how soul crushing it was for me that I could not be a part of last week, because I had a whole choreographed dance of boasting and being like, I told you. Listen, I'm not saying he's gay, but I'm definitely saying that he's
gay.
He's circling.
Wait, can I just say how funny that both you and Mike, it's like your bets totally flopped. Like you had the #1 football team and for going into the Super Bowl, and like your quarterback got injured tripping up the stairs like the day before the game, because you were hating on Craig all season, and then you decided to turn because of our beautiful Christy Sheiks.
Turn is a heavy word.
That you could have had your own choreographed dance.
Yeah.
That's right. And Natalie could have had hers, but she got her migraine.
Yeah.
I did have a choreographed dance. I just wasn't going to tell anybody about it because they already wanted to see my dancing.
We all do.
Now that they know I'm a dancing queen.
So yeah, Eva Flavor, Mia Taylor, Fish and Gal, and I feel like the other one was C.S. There's a new.
Peterson?
I know that C.S. Peterson is a name, and I almost said it, but I'm like, is that an author?
Maybe both.
Lewis.
Yeah.
C.S. Lewis you're thinking of.
Yeah, we were just all like pretty focused on that situation and just asking whether he was cuddling, kissing, or a full second base situation in the bed. I don't know, but and also here's something funny. So I think it was like there's been some other people out there that have now kind of joined this party and they're putting up little things on their socials and whatever, just some other people that do what we do or just do like the social media side of it. And they're talking about Austen and Rod, and Madison replied to one of them with the emoji of the zipper across the lips.
Madison, spill the sweet tea, boo.
There's another one like that. Oh, Leva. So I think it was maybe Bravo Mom or Mom's a Bravo or something said something like, so Craig gets drunk and yells at women. Austen gets drunk and makes out with dudes. And then Leva responded, I am so glad that you guys are seeing what really goes on every season. And so she could have easily just been talking about Craig, but it was the caption was it was the same sentence. So Craig does this, Austen does this, and Leva didn't specify, but it seems like this might be a thing. Craig gets drunk and yells at people. Austen has a couple few dude smooches.
Well, and then if for the 7 people that watch Southern Hospitality, TJ and the couple of the dudes on there that are gay, they're like, no, this is a real problem in Charleston. It's like there's straight dudes that are like, they hook up with you and make you think like, oh, there might be a thing, and they're like, oh no, I'm not gay. I just like banging dudes.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Okay.
Or like you took advantage of me or whatever.
Yeah.
Have been saying
or they
that,
just like to hook up with guys, but they're not like going to come out of the closet or be, I don't want to, like, I'm married or whatever. Like, they just want to party.
Yeah, it seems like Charleston is the place for the Todd Crisleys of the world. But did he move there? He moved there. Todd Crisley moved to Charleston.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
No, they did. Him and his wife.
I literally did not realize that until I said it out loud.
Visually,
yeah,
is banana cake.
No, they totally are.
The
all of it.
They're like in formaldehyde or something. Yeah. And I normally am not like going after people's looks, but like, I don't know. What else are you going to say? What else could you possibly say? All of them. The daughter that always wears like the bedazzled MAGA hats. He is gayer than a $3 bill.
No, I'm with you.
I will never not think that. And by the way, I'm a gay man, so game recognized game. Like, I would probably like him if he came out. This is how I feel about so many men that are closeted. Like, if you came out, we actually could be friends.
No, I know. I said that about Austen. I'm like, I would like Austen 1,000 times better if he were gay.
Same.
And Harris goes, I wouldn't.
Oh, I would.
But I can see why Harris would just be like, no. I'm dealing with enough Austens out here. I don't need
another.
Yeah. So yeah, I am curious if Austen, because like if we ever just take it back to statistics of like, out of every friend group, 1 in, I think 5. Is there, I guess you got Rod, but you didn't for a long time. There was still 5 of them before Rod.
Is that it? 1 in every 5 people are gay?
It's something like that. It's like pretty small. Like, not small. I mean, it's a lot more than you would think out of every, I think it's about that.
And we're the better for it.
Yeah.
Give me all the gays.
Yeah.
Every last one of them.
So like, I just think, of course, one of them is going to be like, oh yeah, I might get a blowjob from him. Like, it is what it is, man. This is not shit talking. This is just recognizing something and being like, this might be your problem. Maybe just confront it and your whole life will change. You will actually be living the life that you always wanted.
That's right.
That's it. That's all.
Then this harem
just
of great
here to
women
help
that you have in your, behind you, that you've dated this, and then it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Everything makes sense. Okay. As we move forward, we're now at the Sweat Lodge. And the interesting thing about the Sweat Lodge to me, besides the fact that I would absolutely love to do one, and I'm kind of shocked that I haven't done one, but I did do a lot. My whole life I've done a lot of Bikram yoga, which I know is not the same thing, but it gets very hot in there. It's like 120 degrees.
Yeah.
And you're doing a workout. But point being is that it would have been interesting to see what happened to Craig if he stayed in there, because when he went to get out, and he had already decided that he was getting out before it started. And I don't like a quitter. Like, that bothers me. It's like, if you're going to do it, put your best foot forward and go into it thinking like, I signed up for this. I want to experience it. And when he went to leave, I thought the guy who was Sherpaing them through this was really great. He just looked at him and he said, sure, in life, you always have to face your fears. And this is he wasn't so heavy-handed about it, but essentially, like, this is an extension of how you handle things. And so, do you want to walk out? Do you want to walk away? And I just would have been interested to see what would have happened if he stayed. And I would have really been interested to have heard, because I think Vanita came out of there saying that was probably the greatest experience of my life. And it's like, how do we not have one friggin' interview of any of these cast members saying why it was so great. They all had it, besides the people that boned out early. I just thought they really left that like money on the floor there, or whatever that saying
That's what
is.
I was saying earlier in the beginning of this episode was like the looks on their faces, and then I think it was Austen maybe or Shep talking about how that group that stayed now has had this
Austen.
experience. Excuse me, which to me is like the only thing I can equate it to, and it's so lame, is like watching people win a championship and afterwards, like that bond that you have with your team forever because you did this crazy thing, you know? So it seemed like that was super interesting to me. Then the girls, Sally and Charlie, get to talking, and granted, they were both like kind of speechless, and that was their experience, was their mind was just like went numb and poof and like went to mush and like, okay, fine, I get it. You're not going to be able to come up with some eloquent statement of your experience if that's the case. But it just seemed like the looks on their faces, it was hard. Vanita didn't run from it. She came out being like, this was the girl, I'm going to cry. Like, I want to hear, let's hear about it. Let's get an interview. You don't care? Why are you looking at me?
No, listen, the point of getting in the interview, I never even thought about that. Because I was already so like out on that whole experience that I didn't think about that. But that is a really good point. If they are all going to come out a changed person, like dig into that. You guys, you gave us nothing.
Nothing.
You basically made us watch things that, like I said, in other shows, there's more participation of verbalizing what's in your heart and getting it out and confronting your issues and whatever. If you're not going to give us any of that during the events, then yeah, bring it to the interview and just ask in their confessionals, like what, like how, like what do you mean?
Maybe it's with the lost itchy grass footage. Remember how they just left?
Yeah. Like what is going on over
season?
there? Yeah, that's so weird. So my initial, like my reflex to this whole thing is just to say that like there are some people that are into this kind of thing. There are some who are not at all. I did Bikram when I first started doing yoga, I did Bikram. I hated it. I stayed because I thought I should. And I thought this is like, I'm losing 10 pounds of water weight. Like I was staying just for that. I didn't feel good. I felt ill during it. I felt ill afterwards. Aren't you supposed to come out of these things feeling better and whatever? I already hate working out. So like if you make it something I'm completely uncomfortable doing, I was out on it. I tried it again a decade later with you when you were like, it's a really great class. I'll go. I left 30 minutes in. Don't regret it at all. Didn't feel good. This is not my thing. People smell. I'm drenched. And it's just like, I don't want to be in there anymore. If I'm Craig, I'm so hungover. I just had the blackout of a lifetime. And now you want me to sit in this sauna lodge and like, and like that is the last place a hungover person wants to be.
Then get the massage. Then don't stay. Like to me.
So he either dicks out and does the massage. Oh, crap! And then people are going to react to whatever he does. But like Whitney doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit what anyone thinks. Craig is going to go in because this is kind of for him. He's the big one that needs the biggest healing out of all of them. He almost fell over walking out of it because I'm thinking this guy's got to be so dehydrated. This isn't a healthy place for a person that's completely dehydrated and ill and whatever to be.
That's actually a great point. Is that why is there so much alcohol available at this like wellness retreat?
Yeah.
No. They went
retreat?
outside. They didn't. That wasn't part of the hotel.
Oh,
The
I didn't even
retreat
realize
wasn't?
that.
The healness retreat? Yeah, all right. Well, still, if you're going for the healness.
And all the drinking they
That's
did
so
wasn't
funny
at
that
the
you're
can't
hotel.
saying that.
see it.
He's saying this as if he watched Salt Lake with what's her name? He just was
Whitney
like
Rose.
hilling.
Healing. The healing place.
Justin
Like,
and I
maybe
are
don't
hilling.
drink.
We're hilling.
They're
Justin and I
hilling.
need to talk about this so we can hill.
I want to be healing. But yeah, maybe don't drink so much. That is a good point. That being said, like Whitney thinks this is all bullshit. That's why he took the
And
massage.
so do I.
And that's like
so
great.
that's
like,
why I wouldn't have even.
but
I
Craig
would have had
said-
no issue with saying I'm not doing it. But Craig is sort of on the spot.
Craig said though in the beginning, he's like, I'm gonna give it 10 minutes and then I'm good.
Yeah.
So he said that going down the steps. Like that was his decision was I'll do it for 10 minutes, but I'm not doing any more
If
than that.
I were part of that group, I would have turned around and said, then don't do it. Because for me, and I practice Bikram yoga for 24 years now. When Bikram, and listen, he's a horrible person. He's done horrible things. I did not know this. Nobody knew, or the majority of people didn't know this when you started. And he was one of my teachers. And he would always say, he's like, if you came in this room, even if you have to lay down, you stay here because it's a group class. There's a collective energy. We're doing this together. And when you leave, you screw up the energy. Other people feel it. And it doesn't mean that people can't leave. I've had to leave before because I have very low blood sugar, hence why I'm always snacking. And so I've started to black out. My hands go into like the little lobster claws, but that wasn't what was happening to him. It's like you made a choice that the world revolves around you and you can do whatever you want. And you said, like, when you went into the class and left early, you had every intention of going and staying at the class. You weren't like, hey, Court, I'm going to go, but I'm going to leave 10 minutes early.
Yeah, because I forgot that I hated it.
But then I would have looked at you and I would have been like, babe, then don't come in. Because, like, then this isn't the thing for you.
It's not people can go and do workouts. They don't have to, they're not ruining the class when they walk out. Like, if they are, then y'all are taking it too seriously. Like, it's a yoga class. Like,
I do take that yoga very seriously. And maybe I shouldn't.
Maybe it's just like
my
people
religious
are
experience. I have a real like meditation session in there.
Okay, but people are allowed to go in and try something and then be like, this is not for me.
But
and
that's not what he did. He decided before he went in that I'm not participating. I'm going in for 10 minutes and then I'm leaving. And that's what I have the problem with. If you go in and it's not for you, like, bummer. I wish you would just lie down and experience the rest of the class, because I had a similar experience when I first started. Hated the first class. Hated the second class. And then midway through the third class, something clicked. And I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. And I've never stopped doing it. So I'm not saying everyone has to do it the way I do it. I'm just saying, don't go to a dance class and say, I'm only doing it for 10 minutes and then I'm leaving. Then don't do it. Because I just think it screws up the energy of a group class. And I am here for the community.
I don't think that any of those people in there were having some spiritual, energetic experience. I think they're all on a TV show, and like this was set up for them, and this was set up mainly for Craig to heal or whatever. And I think he got blackout drunk, had issues with everyone. This is not the place to they're not making it a place to confront the issues, because no one's talking about this healing thing is on a whole other healing. It's not healing what they need to heal. They need to talk about it. They need to talk to each other. They're not doing that. So I just do
you not believe like when Austen and Vanita and whatever, when they were like, wow, that was a really amazing experience. And Austen was like, there was an energy with, you don't believe that?
I believe when Austen said it, I was like, bullshit. And this is why I don't like those things, because for some people, I think that it's this event, this thing that they're doing buys them more time to like not really tackle their issues head on. They think that they just went and had this spiritual experience and whatever. They're going to tell you about it. We came out of there all bonded and connected. I don't even think that that's how you should be bonding and connecting. I think that this specific group has way bigger issues that are not going to be solved in a heat lodge. And I think that someone like Austen, who is not going to confront his issues, and that's been our issue with him all season, is dicking around him, pointing fingers and not saying exactly what the is going on. Now he is it's just so easy to have like this, I can't, we really tackled this together and whatever, like, off. That's how I feel about it. You going in there would be a whole other thing. I don't buy it from this group.
Fair enough. I don't think, if I'm thinking of how Austen said it, I don't think he was saying it like, oh, we went in there and now all the problems of our group are solved. It was just like, that was a dope experience. And I had it with this group of people who I'm filming this show with. And there's something cool about that. That's all I took it as. Not that like I have exorcised the demons.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that it was a difficult experience. Like,
right. But what do you gain from sweating in a tent? Like, how is that I'm just curious, like, what am I missing about like what it brings you? It's hard, and we all stayed in here and sweat and smelled each other's armpits, and we're about to pass out. Like, why?
I think
Like,
it's
there's
one
so
of
many other
those
challenges.
things-
Go hike something. Get on the top of a mountain and look down at what you've defeated.
But that can be a similar challenge. And from someone who truly has been in, and I don't know how hot that sweat lodge is, but I am telling you, these Bikram classes are no joke hot.
I mean, I'm aware.
Yeah, like, and especially when Bikram is teaching, it would do something where it's like, because there is that moment where everything in your body is like, this is too much, get out, what are you doing? And when you can calm yourself and really find just your eyes in that mirror, it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing, and not just, I'm just standing here, I'm balancing on one leg, I have another leg in front of me, my arms are wrapped around it, I'm now bending my knee down to my forehead, down to my knee, and I'm holding that for 60 seconds in this stunning meditation, and the room is 120 degrees, and I have to then do it again with the other leg, and then do it again with my left leg, and again with my right leg, and I still have an hour and a half class to get through. It brings me this inner, not just a physical strength, but like a mental strength that I feel, oh, then the traffic's not going to bother me. Then the conversation with someone I disagree with isn't going to bother me, because I've found my own peace amidst chaos and very uncomfortable external circumstances. That's what it does for me.
Then these are
Listen,
two.
she might be standing on one leg while she's having a conversation disagreeing with you, but she'll be at peace.
What you're describing is not what these people were doing. They were just laying there in a pile of their own perspiration, and then at a certain point they told them to chant. I've also gone to classes where you're just supposed to scream and like, and I'm surrounded by all these people doing this, and I'm like, this is a nightmare. This is what is this?
That's the point. If you can find the world is a crazy place, and there's so much information being thrown at you all the time. The news, everything's getting worse. The ticker tape on the side. People are live tweeting. People have got their opinion on Instagram. So when you're on the commercial break for all of the drugs that we need to take, because are you stressed out? Do you have, yeah, I'm alive. Of course I'm feeling all of these things. It's like all of that chaos this is what I take it as. And it doesn't mean that this is everyone's experience. It's like, but I can find my own peace with the gross smelling sweat, with the guy next to me who just burped, with the fact that like there's sweat dripping in my eyes. And for a lot of people, like when I see new people come into class, they're on the mat for the majority of the class. So it kind of is like what they're doing, but they come back the next day and they come back the next day. And I know that they're two different things, but I do really think, and again, this might just be on the show and it's all a bag of bullshit here, but I do think there's something to it. I really do. But you're also talking to like the number one believer in this stuff.
I try to believe in this stuff. It's not that I don't. And it just has never, it's always just seemed to me like your problems are bigger than this. Face them. Go confront those issues. This is noise that like is not really going to get you to where you're trying to go. So I think that some people, this just isn't a thing for them. And I want them to be. For a person, listen, I don't have a ton of crystals, but for someone who doesn't really believe in any of those like the metaphysical, like I feel I'm getting these healing things from it. Like I have a lot for a person who doesn't believe in any of that.
And I'm very proud of
it. And it's not that I don't want to believe. I tried to do it again last night. I took my fucking amethyst and my, whatever the angel is that I have, and took it out to the blood moon. And I was like, something, anything out there for an hour, nothing. At 3:33 a.m., waited for it to get to its peak, whatever. The clouds came in right then, so it just disappeared completely. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, so I'm out. I'm giving it. I'm revisiting this every few years, every so often, being like, maybe something's different now. And I was just like, I think I'm searching for something that I'm just not going to find with these things, and I think they're going to help me get closer to the thing I'm looking for, and they just don't. And so when I see people that walk out halfway through their thing or whatever, or Whitney who just goes like, I'm not going, I give, not necessarily Whitney what I give the benefit of the doubt to, but even though I do think he's probably been to more things than the average person just because of his upbringing and like just things his mom's taken him on and paid for him to go to and been, whatever.
LA.
Yeah. I think that some people are just like, I tried this, it is not my thing. And so there is something to me that says, don't sit in a pile of your own sweat if this really isn't doing anything for you. And you know, it's just not. You've tried to do it a number of times, it doesn't. And some people, like, it's not that they're giving up. They've just decided I'm actually a little embarrassed that I'm wasting my time doing this right now.
And if that's the case, and listen, I could talk about this till there's no oxygen left on the planet.
Yeah, I think there's people are just different about it.
Strongly about it, totally. But if that's the case, this is why I'm harping on the Craig of it all. Like, if that's the case, then don't go in at all. Don't go into a restaurant where like the food sucks here and I'm not eating anything. Great, then go next door.
No, that makes total sense. And I understand that you're saying that like we have the choice to believe that this is a show and it's a bag of bullshit or not. But with Craig specifically, he is the guy that they went on the healing trip to heal. I don't know if it would have been that easy for him to say, I'm not participating at all. That might have been a shitty thing to do at work.
I just think, listen, we all, first of all, even if I was just there, if I was in this group and he left after 10 minutes, I would have been like, kind of what Sally said, like the guy who needed it the most stayed the least amount of time. Or just like, it's a bummer that you quit. And then I would be watching the episode and I would see, oh, you knew you were going in there with the quitter's mindset. Yeah. So like, why try and piss on our leg and try and convince us it's raining? Like, you're just, don't lie to us. Like, if you don't want to do it, then just own it and don't do it.
I thought he said to everyone, I'm staying 10 minutes. Or did he not? Oh, did he just said that to like in confessional? Because I didn't see that part. I don't remember that.
I can't remember if he said it to just like Whitner or said it in his confessional. I think he just said it like as a one-off to someone. I don't think he announced it to the group. But my point still remains. Like, I would have just, you're not doing anything to raise my opinion of you by you saying, I'm going to go in and stay in 10 minutes and I'm going to leave. Then go get the massage, dude. Like, if you don't want to be here, we don't want your stank ass attitude.
I think that the experience of Bikram yoga is 90 minutes, right? Like that's the experience. It's a 90-minute experience. The experience of the heat womb is an hour and 15 minutes. Like, that is the experience. That's what the,
practitioner said.
That's what the shaman from Calabasas has come up with, right? So I think that like in Craig's mind, I think in Craig's head, he's like, oh, I want to see what it's like. I want to see how hot it gets and I want to experience this. I'll do it for 10 minutes. Cool. Fine. Like, there's the people that are like in between you or Whitney and Shep, right? Whitney's like, yeah, I'm good, dude. I'm not into that. I don't believe in any of it. Which I did think that he was super respectful of everything, even though that like because I think that you're right. Obviously, he's probably learned about at least or been to a lot of things, you know. But
he said he went to school. He said
he went to school with a bunch of hippies from like kindergarten to 12th grade.
Yeah,
like,
that's a long time to go to one kind of school.
That's your only school if you don't unless you go to college.
Yeah,
like, that's everything.
crazy. That's crazy.
But yeah, he went to school with a bunch of hippies, like hippie teachers, and that's why he hates the Grateful Dead. I just think in Craig's mind it was, I want to experience this. I want to try it out and see how hot it is. What somebody should have been said is, no, Craig, that's not the experience.
Yeah.
The experience is an hour and 15 minutes where we just keep hucking hot rocks in here.
Yeah.
And you deal with it. Like, the experience is dealing with it. This isn't cool. We're not going to the driving range. Like, this isn't a swim up pina colada bar. Like, this is why we're here. And it's for you and Austen. Who should have gone in there is Craig and Austen's by themselves. Like,
this whole thing it felt like it wasn't helpful for what they were all acting as it was. Sally saying, this is for you and you're the one that's out the fastest. And it's like, is it for him or is it for you all to let him sit there and suffer through it? And while you're all looking at him and judging him because he had a horrible display last night. Like,
but the trip was planned before the horrible display. The trip was planned because Craig and Austen have been fighting. Shep planned the trip.
Yeah.
Shep planned the trip, he said, to help obviously the group, but mainly these two guys. Like, everything the group is dealing with is from these two guys in a sense, right? The girls, Craig, the guys, Austen, and Madison, like it's all coming off of this one, thing, this one tornado.
And then they didn't even do anything with those two.
Nothing. Like, and then even the second part of it, which is like, I don't know why I always, and listen, it could be editing or whatever, but then I'm always like, well, yeah, it is editing. They showed Shep grab pillows and they didn't show anybody else grab pillows. But when like a thing happens on TV, and maybe it's because I work in TV and I'm always curious to be like, oh, shit's going down right now. We have to move everything. Who's helping? Right?
Yeah.
Obviously production and everybody, that's our job. We have to help. But sometimes the cast will be like, what can I do? What can I grab? What can I do? And some of the cast will be gone. They'll be in the trailer or in the house where it's dry. And fine, like I get it, you're the cast. But also grab a pillow, grab a chair, grab something, man. Just ask and then dip into the what thing, right? And everybody bailed and Shep was like, just had his pillows, which I don't, again, lame, but just a thing that I kind of saw and was like, wow, of all the people, Shep grabbed the pillows.
No, I was clocking those little things with Shep this whole like latter part of the episode.
Yeah.
And I had a note that if this is who Shep actually is now, this guy I'm interested in.
Yeah.
This guy I want to watch a travel show with.
Yeah.
This is the person that I do want to hear more from because he is so well read. He does genuinely, seemingly now, like care about interpersonal relationships and not just the ones that include him, but kind of that include his entire group.
Yeah.
And he is seeking like alternative forms of medicine and therapy and not just what was, shown to him from where he grew up. I think one of the sexiest qualities anyone could have, he, she, gay, gay, straight, bi, tie, he, she, gay, they, is curiosity.
Yeah.
And like this version of Shep is very curious. He's very open. He's got so much more of a light about him because in seasons prior, I found him to be, oh, okay, awesome. So you know it all.
Yeah.
You know it all. Okay. So if I want to know anything about it all, I will just come to Shep. I don't even need to ask ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, do I think you're smart?
Shep
GPT. Do I think he's super smart? Of course. Do I think that he knows a lot of stuff? Absolutely. But you don't know it all. And just the ability to keep yourself open and dance in that space is a much more interesting person than who he's been for a minute on the show. So totally. I really hope that this is the Shep 2.0 and who we get to continue to see on the show and on his travel show because this guy I'm into.
I wouldn't be shocked either way because he's here to play. So if somebody says, Shep, it's your season to run amok, all right, put me in, coach. Like, so I don't know. Like, I don't know what I bet on if it's A or B.
I feel like, because you're right. You're totally right. I just really want to believe that like this is the new version of him.
Dude, so do I. This is the best. The best.
Like there's this softness to him that for me has never really been there before consistently. You would see it in fits and starts, but he just couldn't he couldn't just sit. Like, in every interview, like his leg is shaking. It was like he wasn't comfortable in his own skin. And so that's when like the attack, like he would attack people or he would just really be cutting and the stuff that he would say would be super nasty and he would get so hammered to the point that it's like, what's beyond the ick? That's what I have now. And we just haven't seen any of that. Nothing even close to that this season. And anytime he's been in an argument from the first few episodes when he was in the kitchen with Austen and Austen and Craig, because Craig said the stuff about the two chicks to all the way up to now, like, even if you're lying, like keep lying to me. Like I'd rather.
Yeah. No, it's totally true. I wonder if because he was such an idiot last year. I wonder if he was up in the comments, just seeing like no one is enjoying this. Like us, this is our favorite show, and we were with 6 episodes left. We were like, Uncle, like, is this over yet? Yeah. Like, are we still here? This is crazy.
I bet Shep is not. And maybe he is same as you. I wouldn't be surprised either way. But I bet what's happening. I bet Shep is not in the comments, but I bet Shep has friends outside the show that are and that make fun of him. So after last year, it probably wasn't Shep in the comments. It was Shep's buddies from like college and
Oh,
like
yeah.
the frat house or whatever, like
Yeah.
his family buddies that were like, bro, you look like an absolute idiot
Yeah.
last year. Who is this chick? What are you doing
Yeah.
chasing around girls that don't even like you dumb mother. I bet they just railed on like his real
Yeah.
buddies.
And they made a mug. People have a mug that has the text
Yeah, yeah,
message
It's the greatest
bubble.
thing ever.
I know, it's
Yeah.
so good. And
So
it fills
I'm
the entire
sure-
thing because the thing is so,
So
long.
long.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's probably a little bit embarrassed, but also thinks it's so funny now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So he like
Yeah.
embarrassed enough to be like, all right, man, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And
But
maybe affect
also-
change
Exactly.
internally, you know.
Yeah. But it's like we've always talked about, Shep wants to be a story. He
Yeah.
wants to be a novel, a character in a novel. So that's chapter 12. It's
Yeah.
nothing to him, you know, it's just another silly chapter in the book of Shep Rose.
I thought that we were going to see Shep meet someone. Do you remember in the teasers where it was showing
that's
Shep?
right. Did
was
you,
like-
I wasn't talking about having a baby.
Yeah.
No, I think you guys may have, because I remember when you said that at first, and like sometimes I miss stuff, so I was like, oh yeah, sure. But now in hindsight, when he was with the baby, that was him with his cousin.
it
No,
was
not the
in
baby.
Mexico.
He was talking to a woman in Mexico.
Like talking about
listen-
like, oh, we can try to make a baby right now, or do
I
you want
do
to have
not
a baby? I can
okay,
help
then
with
I
that.
still don't remember this.
Flirty type stuff.
She was in the teaser enough to where I thought this is a multi-episode person.
Wow.
This is a person that he meets, and he's actually having a conversation with her that I haven't heard him have. I never even heard him talk about marriage and kids with Taylor. Like he was
True.
talking about that. He asked this woman if she wanted to have kids, and the woman says yes, and he said, "You'll let me know if you need help with that, right?" Like he just like some
Yeah,
very
yeah,
Shep
yeah.
lines,
Yeah.
but then we see her again later in the teaser, and I'm like, is this all going to be in the finale?
Are they having a baby?
They're still in Mexico next week. So like maybe she's got one last shot to appear. It's either that or they cut the story.
It's like when when Paige said all that stuff about Craig, like, and I saw the DMs
Oh
with-
yeah.
and then
they
never
cut
heard
it. Yeah. That's right.
Oh, Krieger. I will say one real quick last thing.
Please do.
We haven't even got to their
Oh, the
friendship
cacao.
circle. I mean, nothing
Yeah.
even happens, but like we do still have
Nothing. The only thing that happened there to me personally that I was just like, oh, that's lovely, is when Shep said, that was like the most impactful hug I've ever had with Craig. Like I felt like I could feel
Yeah.
that he really needed it. And again, but it just goes along with what we were just saying, that I think I want to believe this is real so bad with Shep.
totally.
Dude, I was literally I can't tell if this is real or not. I really want it to be. I did get the feels from this episode, but I don't think it's going to last. I'm with Whitney on that one. And then 2 scenes later, Whitner and Molly are like, this is bullshit. You're going to need more than that. Like they do their whole confessionals where they're like, this isn't going to do dick all. But I did get the feels. Like I had these moments during this thing where I was like, okay, I'm feeling funny in my tummy region. But I also was like, what are you doing? You're an idiot. Stop feeling like this. This is not real. You're being a dumbass.
Can I just say on behalf of all hippies who do believe in these things,
I don't not believe in them. I didn't believe in it bummed me out, but I was like, I was just on the fence. I shouldn't even say I didn't believe it, because there was moments in the hot womb where I was like, this is real. These people are experiencing something. I can't wait to hear this when they get out. And they all got out and went and got dressed to sit
No
in
one
the
asked
rain.
them about
I'm like,
it.
what the shit is going on here?
I just think like my overarching note, with any of these things, I think what they're experiencing in that moment is very real. Like that hug that Shep and Craig shared was a very real moment for them. But again, like I said this earlier, it's like, yeah, you worked out every day for 90 days. You had the best trainer. You had a personal chef cooking you. All your macros were on fire, bro. But at the end of the day, you didn't continue it. So it's like, I think that hug really meant something. I think Austen and Craig holding hands and connecting in that moment, there was some energetic thing that happened in that moment. But because they're not going to do the work to foster that little seedling, they're just going to step on it and stampede over it. That's what kills it. It's not the cacao ceremonies fault. It wasn't broken. It didn't not work because they didn't. It's like when you go to a nursery and you buy a plant. If you bring it home and you don't tend to it, if you don't give it sunlight and water and talk to it, it's going to die.
You can't have a friendship circle walk around barefoot and feel the ground and whatever and expect to have any real movement or real shift in the energy with the person that you have all this shit with if it wasn't first led by a verbalized therapy session. Like, you can't just hug your way out of like this thing. They needed to do things in a certain order. And then that, if they would have talked one-on-one, Austen and Craig should have had their own thing. This entire season has been about them. It should have ended with, you guys are going to go over here and do dick all, but these two have very specific events that Shep has planned just for them.
Shep should have taken them.
Yes.
Shep should, like, I know he's not this, like, at what point did he become the shaman that we all listen
Shep
to?
the shaman?
Yeah, Shep the shaman, but whatever he is, and here we are. Shep should have, like, we're all going to Mexico. I'm taking these two on a couple adventures. You guys are going ATV and tequila tasting. These guys are not going to drink for a few days. They're going to be with me. We'll meet you at dinner on night 6 when we all pack up to leave or whatever.
But Shep should, like, if they were, Shep can shepherd them over to the spot, but he doesn't need to be involved in these two talking. These two talking needs to happen with a person who's never met either of them in their life, because Shep has the tendency to be like, well, I'm with you about that. Well, no, but you got something. Like, there doesn't need to be a mediator of a person. It needs to be a person that has nothing, like, has no skin in this game, you know? But that is really, I'm kind of realizing that production did kind of shit the bed in this last thing. If the whole season was going to be about these two best friends, like up and down, and like never really tackling, like figuring out what the real issue is between them, they had the perfect opportunity to do it on the healing trip, and they just didn't. And that's just kind of the way that the whole thing was done is why I didn't really have much respect for anything that was happening, because it was just felt out of order and felt not organized and not specific to their needs. And then when I saw the fact that there was 3 people that held hands or hugged in a blind thing, it's hard to believe that it just happened to be Vanita, Austen, and Shep who all found Craig.
I said in one of my notes, good editing during the last ceremony with the thunder, the rain, the music, the pairings.
Yeah.
Put it in quotes.
Oh, look at you using air quotes like a shaman.
I did it on my
Like
notes too, like the pairings, like that was such bullshit.
And then when he first touches with Vanita, like, again, like I don't buy that they didn't know that they had found each other. And Craig just could not give a shit about this person. She means nothing to him. When they open their eyes and he sees that it's her, sees for the first time, he just kind of laughs, and like, so he's not going to be a dick, but he's just going to be like, well, what do you know? Here I am with Vanita. I don't know who put that together. Nice work, guys. You know, whatever. And then for her to go straight to her confessional, and she's like, right now my body's telling me in this moment you should either fix this or get out. And I want to get out. And I am here to tell you, get the fuck out of here, Vanita. Like, no one is asking you to stay, let me tell you. And no one wants to keep watching this. As much as you don't want to be in this, it's just like when earlier on the season, and she said, I can't be friends with a person like this, and then goes and cries that, like, he said he doesn't want to be friends with me. You said you don't want to be friends with him. Like,
and she is such a dichotomy.
Yes,
of
all
things.
over the place. Like, if nothing else, what we always come back to, this is a show. Remember what you said last week and adhere to it this week, or you just look stupid. You're not getting any better at this. You're not offering anything anybody wants to see. Please make your way out, and it's best for everyone.
You know what's a bummer about this trip? Because when you said, like, oh, this was supposed to be a healing trip, I was like, oh, yeah, it was. And I would never have described it as that.
No.
It was not. I still don't think it was a healing trip, in the sense of, like, no, you guys needed to go on a cash trip because that's what you do.
Yeah.
You know that they're in a bad spot, and Shep is very into this stuff right now. And if he's hosting the trip and he wants to launch his travel show,
Yeah.
that's what's going on here. Because for the majority of you guys being here, we've done nothing healing. We've had tequila tastings and ATV rides and surf lessons and all that stuff. This was not, you didn't go to, Rhythmia where Shep went to do the ayahuasca stuff. That's a healing trip.
Yeah.
That is, you're not going to the Golden Door. That's a healing trip. So I think we were it was false billing.
Yeah. And I just want I've already said it, but just to reiterate that, like, I know that these things can work. I do believe that there's some people that they're just not going to, like, it's not for everyone. But this specific thing was so shoddy in the way that it was organized. It just had nothing to do with anything. And if they couldn't even put 5 minutes in it to be like, hey, maybe we should have 2 fire tents or hot stone tents, whatever, and chuck these 2 dudes. It would have been as simple as that. Like, I understand that, like, whenever the casts do, oh, this is my trip, I'm planning this trip or whatever. I get that it's kind of a vanity thing. The production's really doing most of, like, the heavy lifting and whatever. But, like, if it's your trip, like, I'm sure that there was a little Zoom that was scheduled between you and one of the producers to be like, what do you guys, you got any ideas for this trip? And the fact that Shep couldn't spend 5 minutes figuring out that, like, these 2 just needed, that's all they needed to end this season, and it all would have made sense and come together.
Yeah, because, on the housewife trips, and at least in Beverly Hills, because those are the women that I'm not friends with them by any means, but, like, I've interacted with them. You can put so much of your fingerprint on each touch point of that trip. Like, from you've paid, and I know that production does give you a budget, but, like, at least for Beverly Hills, these women are, like, flying private. This budget is not going to go far if they're taking a private plane. So it's like, you've booked the jet to Sedona. You've picked the Airbnb. You've gotten everyone personalized gifts to put in their room. You picked this restaurant because this is where you ate with your dad. You can be thoughtful with them. And so I would imagine, to your point, that it's not just on the Housewives franchises, that if Shep, this was supposed to be your trip, you could have noodled on it a little bit more.
Yeah. My thing was to say that you can be as involved as you want. So I understand that, like, the housewives are going to be much more thoughtful because they're women, and, like, they want to go on the kind of trip that they want to go on. They're very set in their ways and able to execute those ways whenever they want to because they have the money to do it. Shep is a dude that, like, doesn't even put a thought into, like, I should bring a host gift to Miss Patricia's house. Like, just if you don't want to get wedding gifts, if that's your thing, whatever. But, like, if no one else, show up with a bottle of wine to Miss Patricia's house. It's all she needs, and then you're scot-free. It's fine. So I don't expect that he was going to really spend a shit ton of time doing, like, an itinerary of, like, at 9 a.m. we all meet and have kombucha and whatever, and tell the ocean what we want for the day. Like, even though that would have been easy. So I get that, but it literally would have taken 5 minutes of Shep just going, what, like, this whole season, what's it about? Austen and Craig. Why are we here? To heal Austen and Craig. Put them in their own tent. Bada bing, bada boom. They were not going to heal anything in one day, but, like, that's
Could've
just,
tried.
yeah. And we would have all been like, oh, that was a bookend to the season. That was how this season should have ended.
Maybe next week they get their own heat room.
Maybe if they did, then we wouldn't see scenes from the next of Craig storming out and Austen yelling, you don't want to be.
No, Craig was sitting there and Austen was storming out.
Right, but then Craig storms out in his little tux.
They
and
both
he looks
get
so
their
cute in a
storm out.
tux.
Yeah, everybody gets their dramatic exit.
And so we have no context for this or how that came about, but I do think it's funny that out of everyone, I think Craig is perfectly fine with being him, and Austen's the one that would want to be anyone but himself. And again, I don't have context, so I could be speaking out of my ass, but I think that's some general assumptions that I feel good about making.
We never speak out of our ass here on Showmance.
Not me, not once, not ever. Okay, Zed said, I'm worried about you, Natalie, Courtney, and Mike. You're usually liking and responding to comments right now. Everything okay? And I just thought that was so sweet. And I said, yes, work is just killing us currently. Nat's editing 3 shows, Mike's show's in full swing, and I have 18 jobs. So
I did totally realize, and I didn't even put it together, but it's because we normally only have 2 shows, and we have 3 shows last week. and will for the rest of the month. And I realized I don't have that day that I had to just dick around and look at stuff. And that's what happened.
VGT loads in on Friday for
I know.
our first thing. So
I
I'm
know.
going to be so effed for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, so don't panic. We're okay.
we're
But
here.
thank you for caring. That's so sweet.
It's a bummer that Travis is such a good fit, but he's going to have your same schedule. So like, there's
His
never going to
schedule's
be
worse than mine.
his schedule's worse than yours.
Because the day I have off,
because you're the
he has-
big swinging dick of this place.
Kelly UT said Vanita is not a main player. She is just a pest on the outskirts. And I think that's right. But she comes in like she's a main player, which is a little annoying.
Yeah.
JW Francesca said Sally and Vanita are turning me off of the show. I would be fine without the fights. Too fake anyway. And I am with you. And I believe so is Natalie. And so is Mike. Dana 914 said, Craig is so insistent on shutting down Vanita completely because she is very close with Sierra and spends a lot of time in New York City. She, more than anyone else on the cast, knows the truth about who Craig is from Sierra and Paige and what happened in their relationship. And I never thought about if that could be, like, it's a good point. I don't know if it's true, but could be.
Go spend time with your best friends. They'll love it. They'd love to have you.
Not you, Dana, Craig.
Oh yeah, no, Dana, you're
Vanita,
great. Dana,
Vanita.
you sit down right this second.
Yeah,
Dana.
don't you
you're
go
not going
anywhere.
anywhere. You're locked in.
Tanya Bluebell had a great long comment, but because there were over 300 of them and I want to get to as many as possible, I'm just going to read the first part because this really was the general consensus of the comments. Can I just say that the vibe Vanita and Sally bring to the show is off? They're both calculating and manufacture situations for more screen time. Like, Bravo has to be seeing this. So many of our commenters pointed this out.
Yeah.
Divinely Guided said, generate AI to make Minnie a kitty commentator or voiceover. And I think that is a great idea.
I know. There's so much AI that it's really hard to know. Like, you're like, I want to learn that. I want to learn this. I want to learn that. And I haven't been able to prioritize them until now. That seems like to move right to the top of the list. Yeah.
That's right. Michelle Medeiros said, Paige says in a confessional, you love me, you're obsessed with me, you want to marry me in one of the seasons, not sure which one, from Summer House. Sally totally got it from Paige, which is hilarious since she wanted Craig so badly. And I actually think it was in Winter House about Andrea. And here's the thing. It was adorable when Paige did it because Paige has good game. It's obnoxious when Sally does it because she has F-boy game.
Yeah.
Travel Seats said, I hate how controlling/possessive Vanita is over Sally, like telling her who she can and can't hang out with, checking her location and giving her a curfew. It's so weird. I hate having high maintenance friendships like that, and it comes across so creepy. And I said, that is literally the fastest way to lose me as a friend. As soon as I feel like you're suffocating me and I don't have my freedom, deuces.
And why do you think that anybody wants to see that? If I were that kind of friend, I would hide it from the camera. I wouldn't make it a thing.
I would go to therapy, so I wasn't that.
Well, yeah, but at the very least, I would first just not want anyone to know that. No, and she doesn't even get that.
They're so blind to the behavior because the need to have you is so, it overrides self-awareness.
It's weird,
trust.
Vanita. It's weird.
Nicole Quinlan said, Shannon, Sutton, and Craig are all neurodivergent. Shannon from Orange County, Sutton from Beverly Hills, and obviously Craig from this show. They all tolerate being picked on to a point and then they explode and everyone is surprised. And I thought, oh, wow, that actually is a very great point. What really killed me is Shannon Fall chimed in and she goes, oh my God, for a split second, I thought I was the Shannon you were talking about.
I mean, we talk about her incessantly. So
that's right.
So next time you probably will be the Shannon that we're talking about any second now. 3, 2, 1.
Nick said the way Sally is talking shit about Craig to Charlie when just 2.57 seconds ago she was mad as hell at Vanita for doing the exact same thing to her. Why has no one on the cast called that out directly, like during the dinner fight? And that's so true. Why has it's the most obvious point to make.
But this whole season has been that. This whole season has been like just dumb fights. Like in the beginning, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be Craig's crash out season." I don't think it is. I think it's the attempt to take down Craig season by everybody else.
Yeah.
Like everybody's had their shot at the king. So So I think there's part of it is like, well, you can't, don't tell them the ending. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't, this is our storyline. This is our whole season here is everyone fighting with Craig. So we couldn't come up with anything.
Oh, they would be the hero for me if they did that. That would have really rung my bell in a good way.
Your, like, one of the shorts that I cut that was basically your argument for like why like Craig for the win, you know, basically just in comparison to which she always she had to underline it so hard that we did a whole short about it because nobody was really understanding. It's like the most liked and it's getting so many, like I put that up like almost probably a month ago. And like, it's every time I log on to TikTok, it's like 6 more likes, 6 more comments. Yeah, what she said.
Thanks.
Like still people, there's still like, there's a group of Craig stands out there. You are not shaking these hoes. Like they are here to play and
defend.
Yeah.
Dude.
And I bet you it won't change. Even though like I'm aware that something happened this episode that didn't on what people are commenting on. They haven't seen this episode yet. They're still coming.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I actually found this out this week. I was listening because I'm obsessed with JFK Jr. Always have been. You know this. I talked about it in my one woman show, which was a million years ago. Got to write a second one. But apparently he used to always say, because he was so beloved by so many people. And like my favorite quote about like what it was like to be around him was, I think Michael Berman said this about him, but it was like one of his best guy friends. He said walking into a bar in New York City with JFK Jr. was like walking into heaven with Jesus. And it is, or was, R.I.P. But apparently he used to always say, I could shoot someone in the middle of Fifth Avenue and run for president and I would still get elected. Because
JFK Jr. said that? Oh my God. Trump, you're such a ripoff, dude. God.
Trumpy said that too.
I think he got
we're fully aware.
The sexiest man alive.
But of course you would say that about a Kennedy, who you'll never be.
I love JFK Jr. so much.
I love the regular JFK, the original. OG.
Original recipe.
Original recipe.
But I think that's Craig. Like for people, like he could do that and people are like, I still love him. He's so cute. He still got great hair.
Yeah.
Mandy J said someone else did say something to Vanita at the dinner table. Whitner, when Vanita moved seats and thanked Whitner for saying something, he said, and make sure you understand that you're not faultless. I think everyone else didn't chime in because they agree they don't want to say it. But no one else came to her defense. Vanita was passive aggressive and attention seeking. Sitting bolt upright, not eating, and just staring down at her food, waiting for someone to notice. And I forgot that Whitner said that. It's like Whitner has good stuff to say. He's just like saying it from the sidelines. And if you're going to be on a show like this, you got to jump into the game.
No, I do think though, like, I don't know, did we already talk about this? I think he will be back. Because I was trying to think of like who else anyone has ever really given. Like every time that there's a first season person, they never really let them go too hard. They never let us find out too much about them because they're just, it's almost like they're on probation. It's their testing season or something.
Dude, if TJ got 2 seasons or if JT got 2 seasons, Whitner's should get 2 seasons.
Because he seems like he has the power to explode on people. And so I think that they might be like, oh, let's let him yell at someone, take the heat off Craig for a minute.
Wind him up a little bit. See what happens with this guy. I just was so shocked by all of because I didn't realize that so many people agreed with us with the Vanita thing because I felt like for a long time we were having to explain it and then having to kind of like qualify why we felt this way and...
Because so much of it includes race. And so then it occupies my whole mind. I feel like now I'm on the stand having to really tell you my argument about why what you think isn't true. And so I get so much more involved in defending it than I do anything else. People can tell me that they don't like anything else that I say about anything. And I couldn't give a shit less. When you basically try to call out someone's feelings for being associated with them being the other, you know, and like that you just don't understand them or whatever because of this thing. I don't know, like it occupies my mind. I would never want to leave that impression, but at a certain point, I'm just like, I want to be like, I don't care what you have to say. I know the truth. But I think that is why we feel like we've been having this talk so much because we're just trying to convey that like, she's just a person like anyone else, and I don't like her like I don't like anyone.
Yeah, no, truly, that really is such a good point. And CCC agrees with us. Vanita has completely lost me. She is ridiculous. Thank you and good night. Carol T, Hi, Carol. It said, please tell Vanita she's a self-made victim and ruins outings. And then again, like all of the Vanita threads had so many. Tracy Pratt under that said Vanita should walk away from the show just like she walks away from any accountability.
Yeah.
Fishing Girl again said, Vanita, enough. You heard it from Carol T. You're insufferable. And it's just like, you did it to yourself, Vanita. And that's, the people have spoken. Corbin Melot said Charleston is a historical town with a drinking problem. As a South Carolinian, as the Ravenel Bridge is named after Thomas's dad, the white lines on the street are named after Thomas, which is brilliant and probably true. And I could see that. Like, it does seem like a kind of sweep those drinking problems under the Ravenel Bridge.
Yeah.
Did Miss Chevy change her name to One Man Army?
A while
Chevy.
back.
Miss Chevy to One Man Army. I love it.
Oh, a while back. Thank you. That's good. Miss Chevy to One Man Army, which I love. I cannot believe I'm defending Craig, but I think Craig just didn't want Sally talking to him after hearing Charlie had an argument with Sally. Yes, he was wrong at the end of the trip, but Craig was lit. And it is unfair that Sally gets to act a fool with Austen, taking body shots while he and Charlie have to walk on eggshells in Mexico. And that sums it up so perfectly, I think, what we were saying. Zan said Craig needs to call Sally out in front of everyone and point out that she only started hating him when he rejected her. Listen, I would love for him to do that, but he would really get hated on even more. But it is the truth.
No, I know, but that's what, if he would have said that, I was hoping that he would have said that because he called her you're a loser. And it just sounded like such a loser calling another loser a loser in that moment. Like, it just did not hit. So if you're going to risk it all on something like that, I wish that he would have said something that was just like tongue slicing, because you're going to look like an asshole either way. So you might as well say the smart thing.
I feel like you said it really well in the beginning of the episode because he didn't have to yell it at her. He didn't have to embarrass her. He didn't even have to say it so that anyone else could hear it. He could have just leaned over and said, Sally, we had a really good relationship. You then told me you had feelings for me. I said I didn't share those feelings. And ever since then, you have been riding my ass like Zorro, trying to take me down, trying to say I'm an awful person, and even get in the way of a relationship that could be a real thing for me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying what's going on, but you can do the math on your own. Keep my name out of your mouth and don't ever talk to me again.
Yeah.
And everyone, even the Craig haters, would have been like, okay.
Because even Craig haters are also Sally haters. They're no one is going to bat for Sally just because they don't like Craig. She's acting like such an idiot that it's like, sometimes you can be like, oh, the enemy, what is it that you always say? The enemy of my enemy
is my friend.
Yeah. That can't even apply to her. She's so annoying this season.
Yes.
So.
Yep. Hope SC said, if Sally was a man, she would be considered a predator. It is not cute at all. Love you guys. Love this podcast. Hope Nat is better today. She's much better today. Not to answer for her.
No, it was in and out. It was a one-day thing, but it was not the good.
Yeah. And we've said that before. It's not a good look. Very Nerona said, it's so refreshing that you guys don't automatically take Vanita's side like everybody else. This was such a good show. And I grabbed that because I was like, who, everybody else? I didn't realize.
I'm telling
and then
you
I looked
why.
around and I was like, oh.
I'm telling you, I'll probably get in trouble for saying I don't even care. It is because people are catering to the race comments back. If I just hit a wall with it. I was on a constant apology tour for a long time. Yeah. And then I just was like, I can't keep doing this. The other podcasts I listened to, they seem to really still be very affected by hearing that clap back, and then they change their tune afterwards.
Yeah, and I also just feel like not that we've been doing this for 10 years, but we've been doing this long enough. Our shows we're already at over 3 hours. We say so much all the time for every different show that we cover.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel like you know us, I mean, we talk about so many different parts of our lives, and I think we talk really candidly about a bunch of different things. So if you don't know who we are at this point, if you haven't listened and realized that oh, there isn't a pattern of that here with these people. These are my friends.
Yeah.
Like, this is just a character on a show that we've really deep dove and come to
ad
this
nauseum
conclusion.
for free.
Yes, for free. Well, we don't want to do it for free. So Cheerios, if you'd like to sponsor us, a heart healthy snack. But truly, it's just like at a certain point, we can't, of course, if we've done something wrong, if we've said something, and trust me, it would be inadvertently, but offensive or just off color in any sense of the word term, of course we would apologize, but like we can't just constantly be apologizing for having opinions because we created the show to have opinions.
Yeah.
So we just don't trust that like this is who we are and you know, and we have good intentions behind like what we're saying or whatever, then it's like, then maybe this isn't the show for you.
To add one more thing to like how I said, I do think that people tiptoe around her because they just don't want to be in the line of fire to be called a racist. I also think that there are, like we are, and by we I mean you and I, are the only ones that do have a lot of like we like Craig more than most podcasts do. Like a lot of people are very anti him, which again, no one's right, no one's wrong. You like who you like. That's why we watch all the shows. Like there isn't a right and wrong to it. Why am I watching it if I'm not, I'm gravitating to who I'm gravitating to. I can't help it. But I think a lot of people will get on the bandwagon with her and start defending her because it's just like, she's been battling Craig. So it's been like you're on one side or the other, which again, fine by me. But if that's who you're choosing just because you don't like Craig, you got a low bar for what people are bringing to shows.
And if that were the case, if I really couldn't stand Craig, I think I would say, listen, Vanita's not my favorite person on this show, but I am glad that she's uncovering what I think is like part of his really disgusting behavior.
Exactly.
I wouldn't change my mind about Vanita.
Yeah, can't. I would love to. We tried.
I've just gone into too many seasons wanting to love her. And like, every season I get confused. I'm frustrated. I'm disappointed. And now I'm just like, maybe that's just not my horse. Maybe I just got to bet on another character on the show.
Yeah.
Steven Cipriano. Sally acts like a girl in high school. No offense, ladies.
I love that because I'm taking it as you thought we were high school girls.
Yeah, right.
Because we are.
And I'll take it.
Kristen Hall. Also, I'm shocked that Whitney didn't make them bring a coffin to the beach for him to lay out in. Perhaps there was a dark cave nearby he could hang upside down in. I thought that was pretty funny. The movie that we were trying to think of where they say, you love me, you want to kiss me, you think I'm pretty, or something along those lines. Miss Congeniality. A lot of people came up with that one. Good job.
I know.
Good job.
I love that movie. I love all Sandy Beat movies.
Every last one. I watch while you were sleeping every holiday season.
Yeah.
And then they asked, when did you fall in love with me? While you were sleeping.
Benji Fagley. Mike, your best look is being lean and sleek like a cheetah. Don't change your natural greatness. Okay. There's some more stuff to that about Courtney and whatever, but Courtney, everyone tells Courtney she's pretty, so I'm taking one for my team this week.
Your one man.
Yeah, my one man team.
I don't know if you can use that. I don't know if that hits as hard.
I can't.
I'm taking
Benji
one for the
said so.
team means.
Benji said so.
Thanks. Yeah.
Tracy
Pratt. This is in regards to Craig and Charlie. That relationship has a snowball's chance in hell.
That one got me.
So funny. Pojo20. It's Vanita that's the bully. I'm glad Craig stood up to her. In surprise, she didn't turn and run away. Pretty funny. But yeah, I think we all agree that Vanita's a bully and didn't have a problem with Craig saying that.
Nobody did. Even the Craig haters were like,
yeah.
I'm one of those guys. Nick 1276. I agree. I want to see friends doing friend things in a town I don't live in. Yeah.
can't we just get a show like friend stuff?
Yeah.
I know. It's really like, I felt like I responded to someone and I just said, it's actually really simple. They're not friends, and we just want to watch the friends. We just want to watch the friends.
Yeah,
I think these guys are friends.
Yeah, we dive too hard into like why we don't like certain characters. It's if you're taking attention away from all the bromances, and I mean, this is just a dude show, so it's not that we don't want to see the homances, but like they're just they kind of are a lot of changeover, you know, like Madison is like the longest term. And I would now just toss her in and call it a bromance. Like her and Craig have a full bromance.
Her and Austen.
Craig. She's
Madison?
way better friends with Craig than she is.
Austen?
Craig and Madison seemed to do more out in public, and they were just according to my Jack tracker, Jack, Craig, and Austen were out to dinner, or Madison were out to dinner recently. And
Oh my God, I had no idea. I thought Austen and Madison were closer.
I think it's that I think for the show they are. I think that it's good for the show to have these two exes, kind of him still kind of being a floating lost kid. Now she's kind of like a motherly role, but they used to be together. So I think I feel like it's more of a thing for the show that we all want to watch, you know?
Nettie, just the first line of this, so funny. Nettie, did I see Austen tongue Rodrigo?
And Nettie's been saying Austen is not like I literally don't care who I piss off. When Nettie starts saying things more than one time, I'm like, bitch, listen to Nettie.
Yeah, dude, shut up.
I'm like, you saw it. You saw what you saw.
That comment actually goes on to say that Rodrigo's kind of pissing her off now because he has a fiance back home.
Yeah, I'm with her,
which
completely
totally
on
agree.
that.
Like Rodrigo, put it in your pants. You sure it was fifth?
I'm positive.
Don't
You
think
think
so.
this little one is
Don't think
snapping
so.
off?
Think we got
Never.
evidence. Here's Judy Murray's comment. Courtney, you made me LOL when you said you would have to cut out the porn talk for me. I'm really not a complete prude. Just have an aversion to F-bombs. Don't we all?
I feel like Judy is my mom with a fake. She's got a fake handle called Judy Murray because that's my mom's exact sentiment. She goes, the F-bombs. I'm sorry, but they make me uncomfortable.
Wait, so your mom doesn't like me?
I bleep them.
Sorry,
I
Gina.
bleep them when I put the
Sorry, Gina.
bleeping sound when it's like for the story, but when you're just conjoining words with an F, I just mute it.
Those are the best kind of F-bombs.
No, they're the dumbest ones. They're the ones that make us look most like amateurs.
Okay, easy.
It's true.
Cussing is not amateur.
Sometimes you curse,
it
not
takes
you,
a pro.
anyone. I know I've majored in cursing. I'm from New Jersey. Sometimes when one curses, it's because they're being lazy and they're not actually like searching for the actual word.
Or they're searching, and the time spent searching, they don't know how to not fill the space.
That's right. And so it's a good exercise to not curse to enhance your vocabulary.
You guys should shut the up.
Here's the thing. I've told you that 100 times in a different rendition of it because I always feel like if you're not listening to what I say, I just didn't explain it right.
Christy Cheeks, can you tell that to Mike?
So that's exactly what we need to happen. Christy Cheeks, can you explain this to him?
Good luck.
And other things. You can say other things
Other
too.
things, yeah.
Good
But I'll
luck.
email them to you.
That's funny. Cornelia, England. I have just found y'all and adore y'all. Some of the best breakdowns of the situation on Southern Charm. Thank you very much. Glad you found us. Michelle Medeiros. Hope I didn't butcher that too hard. Paige said in the confessional, you love me. You're
I
obsessed.
read this one.
You read that one? Well, I try to get you two in there, Michelle. They won't let me.
I think I nailed your name the first time.
You read that one. Oh my God. Fantastic. I can't deal with Charlie's faces. I'm sad you didn't talk about them. I'd talk more about this. It's not good TV. It's distracting and I can't watch. How has she been on so many TVs? Did she also do this then? How come her momager hasn't sorted this out?
Wait, I don't.
Charlie's faces.
What else has she been on?
I don't know, but who cares? It was funny. Chris,
I feel like she's only done it in one episode for the
the faces?
I didn't notice it before
no,
this
I've
last
she's
one.
been doing them
It's always
all
this.
season long. Just the weirdest.
Okay.
Even
Well, this-
even
okay,
in
well,
the good,
can
even
we-
on the date, her and their oyster date she was making. So it's not always a stress or bad thing. If she's happy, she makes weird faces.
Yeah, when she's happy, it's more like this.
It's just she's
It's
just
like a
weird.
light version of the.
Okay. I see that now. This one from last episode was above and beyond.
Oh, that was extra, yeah.
Okay, so
At the bar.
that's the only time I ever noticed it of being like, you might want to, maybe you'll see this episode and just, you know, how some people have an ugly cry face, so they don't cry on screen. That's the break. Some people cry beautifully. It's a rare breed, but you know, whatever. So
did you say me? Mike's, is Mike a beautiful crier?
Yeah, I'm a beautiful crier.
All to say, I think that they've always been hilarious to me in every other situation. This one, it went a little, you know, she might see it and go, oh, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah,
but
there's been a couple.
I like the animation in the other ones.
Me too.
Yeah,
There's been a couple of those.
I'm a fan.
Christy Sheeks. I just learned that Craig and Madison will be guest judges on an upcoming episode of Top Chef, which is based in the Carolinas this season.
I love Top Chef.
Yeah, that would be fun to watch.
We need a news consultant. Maybe it should be Christy to keep us abreast.
Interesting.
I feel like she finds these things out and always is like,
Yeah,
oh, so
last
I found out
week it
today.
was Harris, and so I guess Harris is getting fired. Sorry,
Well,
Harris.
if Harris wants to come back, he should let us know. We're here. His chair's here. He doesn't need to sit there. The robots love fishing gal saying Sally and Austen kissed in the men's bathroom. What are they in high school? Next, where are they going? Behind the portables? I love that the other people had portables. I thought I just went to like a poor school that hadn't done the build out properly. And they just were like, oh, we'll just shove some of these shipping containers over here.
Wait, did she mean portables like the
Portable toilets.
portable
Porta-potties.
toilets or the like those?
Oh, we called the
classrooms?
portables because I had portable classrooms. Like when they built the school out, when it got a little bit bigger, we had a couple portable
Like
classrooms.
double wides or quad
Yeah,
wide. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Oh,
can't
maybe- I
remember
maybe
what
that
we
is what she
called
meant.
them. But I went to school in Newport Beach, so we made out under the bleachers to
Well,
the
I mean-
football stadium.
Oh, well, this was junior high for me.
I went
We
to an
didn't have a
all-girls
football
school,
team.
so
You didn't
we
make
weren't
out.
making out. Or maybe someone was, but not me because
yeah.
some.
Loser.
Kristen Hall says, you can tell how nuts Craig is going to be by how wild his hair gets. it's like his mood ring.
Totally.
That's
great.
perfect.
That's
It's his
funny.
emotional thermostat, his mood ring.
Carrie Peacock says, Austen drinks wine like people put their whole mouth around a water bottle.
Oh,
Somebody
gross.
mentioned that, and I haven't gone back to look yet, but I need to
think
go
you
back
want
to
to.
look. Closing it out with Truth for Peace for Freedom.
Woo! That was a good jam.
We're getting like to basically a band. We might be able to go on tour with this.
We could.
We're coming for Johnny Smiles jazz band.
After an entire day and night of drinking, Craig eventually stumbles into the Sprinter van to say, I've got 2 bags of grass, 75 pellets of mescaline, 5 sheets of high-power blotter acid, a salt shaker full of cocaine, a whole galaxy of multicolored uppers, downers, screamers, laughers, a quart of tequila, a quart of rum, a case of beer, a pint of raw ether, and 2 dozen amyls. Amyls? A-M-Y-L-S. I haven't heard of a drug. Has anyone heard of this?
I got nothing.
I'm thinking to myself, oh, great, Craig, just great. This should showcase the wonderful side of your personality. Oh my God. The only cat I ever had of my own was named Gracie. The spelling went back and forth between Gracey and an IE. My mom's dog is named Gracie.
My cat that fell out the window.
And your cat that fell out the window. Truth, who are you? Do you?
I told you, I think it's Mike. I'm kidding. Truth, I know your truth.
She texted me the other day and goes, "Do you have? Is this really your coffee order? It's my same exact Starbucks coffee order and the treat that we get, the exact same thing, and the extra pump of the brown sugar.
What this little treat you were talking
Yeah, I was gonna
about?
say, what's your treat?
No, I guess not a treat like a sweet treat, but the ham and cheese croissant.
Oh, dude.
Listen, maybe everyone loves it. They're delicious.
That new ham and Swiss croissant.
Yeah.
That thing is next level. Dude.
Yeah.
It's so delicious. Like, endless. There's nothing at Starbucks that's next level. Let's just preface that. But that thing,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
And I don't eat breakfast with my coffee, but I know I'm going to be excited later on that this is in the little Starbucks bag. Like, so it just, an extra pump? Okay. The name Gracie became very popular for baby girls a few years later after I named her, which was a little strange. My sister would tell her friends that just named their babies Gracie that her sister has a cat with that name. I was completely heartbroken when she passed away and never got another cat. She was my one and only. I still have dreams about her from time to time. She looked a lot like Minnie. She came running to me when I would call her outside and jumped right into my arms every single time. Minnie would never. She's also not an outdoor cat, though. We were very connected. She would take road trips with me too. No cage.
Oh, get another kitten, Truth.
I know. You know what they say, the best way to get over a kitten is to get under a new one.
That's what I say.
Viva la Gracie.
Viva la Gracie.
Yeah.
I wonder if Bubs and Gracie found each other. I'm sure they
They're on
did.
the Rainbow Bridge
Oh, yeah.
together.
Bubs and Gracie
Oh,
are
absolutely,
partly-
they did. Do you remember when the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl in 2024 and Travis Kelce drunkenly sang Viva Las Vegas? Elvis would not be pleased, nor was Taylor Swift. She got the yuck. The look on her face was saying, ew. Charlie looked at Craig the same way a couple of different times on this vacation. Stop drinking, Craig. I love you, and I want the best for you. Who are you? This is exactly what we would all want to say to him. Recognize you have everything. Your life is so perfect. You have everything. All these hoes, just
I don't love you, and you can be homeless for all I care. Stop drinking, Craig.
Wait, do you remember in that episode of Friends when they were doing the competition about trading the apartments and they said, Chandler's father has an all-male gay burlesque. What is the name? Viva Las Vegas!
yes. Oh my God.
Oh, that show is so good.
I know. Austen asked Sally, would you be a nightmare to date? LOL. And Sally didn't even take the smallest amount of offense to this question. Her first thought, oh my God, he wants to date me. I'm watching The Twilight Zone. If someone asks you, do you have the stankiest breath right now? Would your first thought be, oh my God, he wants to kiss me?
That's so true. It's truth for peace for freedom.
Craig was bullied horrifically and persistently during his childhood, particularly by older soccer teammates. At one of their meals in Mexico, he was chewing and talking with his mouth open while all the guys were making fun of him. The teasing and learning of Sally's illogical brain functioning put him over the edge. In his drunken stupor, he was back in his childhood before he even entered the Sprinter van. And she calls it a Sprinter van.
What it is.
I know, but a lot of people don't even know
But
what a
it's
Sprinter
truth.
van is.
I mean, it's definitely the Xerox. It's becoming the Xerox machine or Kleenex. It's like a Sprinter is a Mercedes Benz model.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different brands and models, but everyone calls them a Sprinter
Okay.
for the most part.
Okay. Before he entered the Sprinter van, he was already sitting on a powder cake of emotions. Sally could have farted and it would have had the same result. Oh, truth.
That's the thing. Like I think I'm now. I don't think she could have because you were like, oh, she could have said open the window and it would have had the same effect. I don't know if I believe that now anymore. I think it was him hearing,
No,
you're trying to make me look crazy in front of this girl. You're doing it again. Like you'll stop at nothing to keep us apart.
Yeah.
And now I'm done. I'm going to lose my freaking drunk mind.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Now, I never thought of that. And here I was the one that kept reminding everyone this guy is blackout drunk. And I never thought about that he just misheard or took it.
It was the lightest pick of all of the picks that she's done. That's what I'm saying. It's like when you have a sibling and you guys have just been fighting for so long and you've been taking it and they've been bullying you and being so annoying. And then literally they're like, that outfit makes you look crazy. And you're like, I'll show you crazy.
I'll show you crazy.
Yeah, I think I said it too last week. It was like they were all pretty wasted. Like I'm surprised no one else. And now that we've seen this next episode, because I was like, I bet you 2 or 3 or more of them pop off in the other van or something has to. But I'm surprised. Like I'm surprised how much they drank. And that tequila and different types of tequila and only one casualty.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
No, I'm pretty impressed.
I bet if we
I
went
know.
over the other Sprinter van, Molly would be like, has anyone finished Words with Friends today?
Yeah.
It was like probably
Yeah.
so calm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And then
boring.
I another layer of why I hated that fight so much was not just because I hated everything that he said and did and looked and all the things, but I hated the idea that other van was like getting like updates from the people in his van.
Yeah.
And I thought about Vanita hearing it and just feeling so vindicated when it's like, there's just certain people, like it doesn't matter if you were right. You never had good intentions to be right. This was all about you. This was not about the right thing or whatever. So that was annoying. And then even Sally being like, having Charlie having to be like, okay,
I tap out.
yeah,
I'm done.
yeah, and everyone. Yeah.
Well, guys, we're tapping out. We're done.
Yeah.
But like, subscribe, hype, tell a friend.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Can go into bed.
Ciao for now.
You're really taking this band thing seriously.
Yeah, no, serious. I'm going to work on my vocals.
Why?
You don't think I can be the singer?
No, I mean, you already
she's
sound
saying
so great.
That's right.
Why mess with perfection?
Thanks. Bye.